A lot of speakers get on stage and they make this one big mistake, and it turns off the audience and it ruins the entire presentation. And I want to tell you what that is and how to avoid it. But first, I want to show you something really cool. You see, this is Stonehenge. We all know Stonehenge. And all of a sudden, you get these two guys running up and start spray painting orange paint all over the rock, all over Stonehenge. And you get these like tourists having to run up and take them down. I mean, it's unbelievable what is going on here. Now, here's what's really interesting and the relevance it has to what I'm going to share with you. These two protesters ran up and did this act in order to get attention. But the thing is, nobody's paying attention to the cause. No one's paying attention to the message. No one's even talking about where they're from or what they represent. All people are talking about is how stupid this act was and how pointless it was and how it made no sense, and it actually got people really upset. Well, believe it or not, a lot of speakers do exactly the same thing. They go on stage and they turn off the audience by doing something that has no relevance to their content, to what they're talking about. Let me explain. A lot of them will go on stage and they open up with something really stupid and irrelevant. Like they'll talk about their new hairstyle. They'll talk about how they grew up, or where school they went to, their favorite foods, or their travels, or they'll talk about their new book that they wrote and how popular it is, or how many courses they've put on, or their education. I mean, they're doing all of these things for really one core reason, and that is to try to draw attention to themselves as experts, to validate their existence, and ideally to let everyone in the audience know that they are way smarter and way more successful than anyone watching them, which is never a good approach. A great speaker understands that they are the expert, and that's why the audience is there. But they don't have to tell the audience that. They don't have to remind the audience that they are a notch below the speaker, that they'll never know as much as the speaker. Great speakers will share stories and ideas that resonate with the audience, that allow the audience to put themselves into those stories, to see how those stories told by the speaker connect to their own stories and make them feel empowered, make them feel connected to the speaker, maybe even make them feel inspired that, yeah, you know what, if the speaker can overcome these challenges, well, you know what, I can too. Great speakers understand that the audience is a group of people that should be respected. They should be worshiped. They should be praised and acknowledged for the fact that they are even there. The worst thing you want to do is do an act like spray painting Stonehenge that makes people take notice of the things that you have done for the sole purpose of making them feel that they're not good enough for all the things they haven't done. Now, if you can take that with you, next time you go on stage, I guarantee you will build a stronger connection with the audience. They'll respect you, and most importantly, they'll like you and want to listen to you. That's all it takes. Leave the spray paint at home.